Peace. What's good? This is your brother C Knowledge, aka Doodlebug from the world famous Diggable Planets.
Hey yo, this your man CHJ of Duck City. This your man in the cut of Duck City.
Hey yo, this is Ed Dav.
Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy Hells, yeah.
Rockin' Yella in the building, and we turned up.
Yeah, it's your boy Neff Dallas, and I'm rocking with the Mixtape Show.
To the Mixtape Show.
Mixtape Show. Mixtape Show.
The Mixtape Show.
The Mixtape Show.
My main man's DJ Kawan.
DJ Kawan.
DJ Kawan.
With DJ Kawan, blessing him like the Holy Quran.
Fire Rock Zone, Kawan J.
Let's go!
Yeah, DJ Kawan, Queens, New York's finest. And right now, you tuned into the homie, Mr. Lefty.
My heart's good, my mind's a fool. MLG, 2016.
Lord, tell me what you want me to do, man. Things a bit different. The word said ain't nothing new. It's just that I had yet to live it. My heart, it remained true. My mind, it won't keep from sifting through sticky situations with shifting niggas. Line home, blindfold demands. My mind thoughts. South Dino to the Grove on mines. And my foe is Trey Cheers. I'ma be kind with my soldierism. Quick like Russ when flying that thunder over niggas. Curry bust Trey in the face. The strapper hold a nigga still off. Shoot through the passing lane. Your man didn't want the peel. Peel off. Let Trey go in his face before I get off. Into the hills, it's just different, you know the drill. ETM on paper for paper, you know the deal. NFL pro on the floor, run a play for real. Fuck how you feel.
All right, welcome back to the Mixtape Show. It is time for the Artist of the Week. And this week we got a special Artist of the Week, man. I got my brother, the head and founder of the Big Blue Wreckin crew. As you see the shirt right here, if you're watching this, Big Blue Wreckin crew, Dallas Metro. And my brother Sal's on the line, man. What's good, bro? How you?
My brother, peace. How you doing, man? It's always good to be in your presence and on your show. Loving the movement, baby.
Appreciate it, man. And we're gonna talk about Big Blue Wreckin crew in a little bit, but you know this is a hip hop show, man. So let's talk a little hip hop because I know that's your other passion, your other love.
Hey, today Friday, Nas drop. The Lost Day too.
There we go. Man.
I've been with the kids today, so I'm eagerly waiting to get that and listen to it. And then I've been hearing a little snippets here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And since it is a hip hop show, and I told you I was with the kids, it's funny because I took them down the 90s trip because we went to UTA and they had some things going on. So I'm rocking, I'm putting them on Fuji, Ready or Not, putting them on Biggie, you know what I'm saying? The one with Craig Matt, Flavor in Your Ear remix.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's usually where I'm at. But at the same time, man, it's been a couple artists out there that's been nice, man. And you've been putting me up on a lot of the newer artists. That's nice, man.
Man. Yeah, man. That's what we do, man. Each one teach one, right?
Hey, that's how we got to do. Indeed.
So what is it that when you was coming up, man, and what was that song or that artist that I like to say turned you out? Where you was like, wow, what am I hearing, and what is this, and where can I hear more of this? What's that artist that got you into the hip hop?
You know what though? Honestly, okay, so this ain't the brown sugar. When did I fall in love with hip hop? That's a whole nother question. I feel what you're saying. The voice. When I heard it, I was like, damn. Was Ice Cube, and I was like, "Yo, who is that?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his voice was so distinct, and it helped perpetuate and propel his story.
Mm-hmm.
That I drew. That's what I drew to NWA. That was one of the artists that I really resonated with. And then another, when we talk about voices, the first time I heard a Tribe album, man, to me, favorite group of all time, best group of all time, hip hop wise. We were in my grandmother's basement, and my cousin, he had just got off the plane coming in from Connecticut because we were in Iowa at the time, and he played the Luck of Luchin and with Tip on it, and then doom. I was like, that shit is hitting. Who is that?
Mm-hmm.
I was open from there, man. You know what I'm saying?
Try, bro. They broke so many barriers under the radar with the jazz and bebop and hip hop fusion, man. It's they birthed a lot of people as far as that sound, man. They birthed a lot of people.
Indeed. After the Session and all them. Now, let me ask you this. At the same time, who was that one voice with you that resonated? If you don't mind.
Yeah, the voice. Let me see. The voice that got me, man. Where I can say I was, I say musically mature enough to really understand what I was hearing.
Word.
Believe it or not, it's gonna be. I listened to the Public Enemies and all that stuff.
Right.
But to me, that didn't really do it because I didn't relate to a lot of it. You know, like I got what they were saying. But
Right.
the thing that really and what turned me on was Tupac, bro. And that's, I know it's gonna be kind of late because I was probably about 12, 13 when that Tupacalypse album came out.
Okay.
I understood what he was saying because I was watching the LA riots on TV, and
Gotcha.
what he was saying really resonated with me because, like I tell people, Pac may not have been the best lyrical guy, but
Yeah.
he had the best message as far as his delivery was the best. So Pac was really the one to me that really like straightened me up and was like, wow, what am I hearing right now? You know what I'm saying? And he was just so unapologetic about his delivery and what he was saying. So that's what I looked up to that because he had the courage to do that, because it was like we couldn't say the stuff that he was saying, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of the positions we were in. So I would say Pac was, to me, for my generation, and me and you not that far apart in age, man. But
No, we right there.
But it's just, to me, that's why I got music. I say musically mature, where I really was hearing the message and it resonated was Tupac when he came out, man. And this is before the Death Row days that a lot of people don't really talk about.
We don't talk about.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? When you say Tupac and you talk about Tupacalypse now,
Mhm.
I remember that song "Violent." You remember?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yo, for about months, I didn't know that song had lyrics because everybody be riding by with the speakers, the subwoofers, and that's all. And I was like, yo, what is that? He's like, that's Pac. And I never heard the words until I got in my homeboy's car.
Yeah.
And he only had highs back then. He had highs of 6x9. So then I was like, damn, it's worse to this? It's
Yeah.
actually kind of dope. So yeah.
And then he dropped Strictly for My Niggas, and I was turned. That's when I was like, wow, man, this dude right here is on some Black Panther. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So Soldier's Story and Soldier's Revenge are the two biggest joints that, to me, that Pac put out, because that's what he was talking about, the police brutality and all that stuff. And
his mama was a gangster in that too. What she say? Some go break your brother out, man. Whatever, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So let's talk about why we're here, man. Let's talk about this for those watching. Big Blue Wreckin crew.
Hey, I want to talk about hip hop some more, but no, I'm messing with you.
We can sprinkle that in. We can sprinkle that in, man, because I want to definitely give you your time to talk about this movement that you started a couple years ago. And I think this would be my third or fourth event. I can't remember. The fourth event. So we got it used to be called the Big Blue Takeover was when I initially came in. And now we call it the Big Blue Rivalry, right? Or Rivalry Weekend is how we refer to now.
The Blue Rivalry Weekend, yes, sir. Talk
about that, man. What is that? So for those out there who may not be familiar here locally.
Sure, you kind of set it up, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Initially, it was the Big Blue Takeover because we had a lot of influx of a lot of people coming in, New York Giant fans, right? Mm-hmm. And the base here, we just wanted to have kind of like a gathering, because a lot of people were just coming in at the time, sitting in their hotels without things to do and waiting to the game. And I meet a lot of people. So long story short, we said, hey, let's put some things together so we can get everybody together. G-Fam, call each other G-Family, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we did that, the Big Blue Takeover, and we were just catering to Giant fans at the time, right? Mm-hmm. So during that time, and you kind of seen the transition too, it was people saying, hey, but my significant other, my kids, my cousin, the Cowboy fans or the Steelers, can they come? Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, shit, why not? Yeah. And then I started looking at it and saying, well, what we putting out there is making it exclusive for Giant fans. So I said, let's open it up. We've been in the process of trying to transition into kind of like here in Texas. Texas is unique because Texas is the mecca of football. Mm-hmm. If the Garden is the mecca of basketball, the whole state of Texas is the mecca of football. So with that being said, it's just like, okay, let's encompass everybody, because one thing that's with the Metroplex is the Red Rivalry Weekend. Yeah. And that's in Texas. And I said, you know what? The Giants and the Cowboys rivalry predate those guys. Mm-hmm. I said, so why don't we have, and we couldn't come up with a name, but I forgot what we called it at first, but then it came, hey, let's do the Blue Rivalry Weekend. Mm-hmm. Because you got Big Blue, who is us, the Giants fan. Then you got the Cowboys go under the moniker of True Blue. So it said, let's bring them together. And then as we started getting everything, fine-tuned, the secretary was like, hey, Brother Perez, let's do this. Let's do it. It helped us out with the Giants and Cowboy game falling on, man, it's been the first game.
First game in like the past 3 years, it seemed like, yeah.
Well, actually, yeah, out of the last 4 years, 5 years, 4 times, this would be actually 5th time. So, and that's without Googling. But I said, yeah, so let's open up. Then we had a Steelers fan. I can't remember the brother's name, but he comes every year looking like a beat. And I'm not trying to diss the brother, nothing. But
I know you're talking about. Yeah, he got the socks on and the V.
It's kind of like Soul Train. You remember that one person on Soul Train? And he always. So I was getting calls behind the scene and emails saying, "Hey, do I have to be a Giants fan or do I have to be a member of BBWCDM?" And I'm like, no, this is our club's biggest fundraiser, because at the end of our fundraiser, once we break even with all the activities or whatever, all the proceeds go into scholarships. Last year we didn't do it. However, the year before we gave away two $750 scholarships. And then the year before that, we just started. We had the banquet. We had former Giant Michael Johnson came to our banquet, and we promoted. We gave away our first scholarship. And this year, I always want to raise the bar. If we did 500 the first year, 750 the next year, I wanted to try to get at least 2, if not more. But we, 2 and 1 for at least 1,000 apiece. So that's the. And all the tickets as far as are online through our website, www.bbwcdmnyg.net. That's where you can go get more details, because what we have lined up for that weekend, and we start off Friday. All of our events minus one are going to be in Arlington. So because in the past we had things in Dallas, we had things in Arlington, we had things, we were all over. But we wanted to make it conducive to those coming in as well as those, from the turf. Be like, hey, we're going to be here. And it's easier for you to navigate through your time or what you're going to do, you schedule your time. So that Friday we kick off with the meet and greet, the Blue Rivalry meet and greet. We're doing this for the first time with another organization, the Star Status Cowboy Club. So we're doing it in conjunction with them, and it's kind of like a personal wager. You know how like Dallas, the mayor, and Fort Worth mayor, they wager on who's gonna do this. So myself and the president of their club, she and I, we I got a little who gonna rep the hardest, who gonna have the most people there, and then all the people who gonna do the hardest. I'm like, all right, that's easy. I say that's easy money. So I mean, what my man saying in the movies, make it light on yourself.
Yeah.
So that Friday we kick that off. It's going to be at Wings and Rings. The location and everything, again, is on the website. We'll put it out there with the flyers. That's from 7 to 12. And we'll have some good raffles going on. Also, that'll be where everybody that bought tickets initially from online, because we got away from doing the actual tickets because people would lose them or, anything happens. So once you buy the ticket, you'll get a digital certification saying you purchased the ticket, but then once you get to the event, as long as you got your driver's license or any ID, you'll pick up your wristband and your other merchandise that'll go along with it. And then that's with each event. So we'll do it there. We got raffles. We'll start the raffle there. We got a pretty nice drone that we raffling. We got some Giants memorabilia that we raffling. So does the Cowboy Club. But our drone and our raffles will be going out throughout the weekend. So you don't have to be there to win. So I think we'll conclude it Saturday night. Will be the end of the raffles.
And what's some of the other events you got going on for the whole weekend?
Sure. That Saturday. Yeah. That Saturday. Yeah. Saturday is the all-white boat party. And it's going to be on Lake Louisville from 11 to 3, I think, something like that. Yeah, 11 to 3. And it's all white. You can have a white jersey, white T-shirt, linen white. We're going to have a good time. We got food. The only thing that we'll have a for those that, got tickets earlier, We'll have a complimentary beverage. We probably have that for the night, but then closer to the event sometime next month, I want to say the middle of the month, the actual drink tickets will go on.
Okay.
Because we're not able to accept cash once we're on the boat for those tickets, just how it states, the rules or laws or whatever. So we'll do that. Then at 4, from 4 until is the Caribbean the Caribbean jersey party at One Love Lounge. So come rep your team, whether you're Cowboys, whether you're us, whether you're the Steelers, the Packers, whatever team it is, wear your jersey, come in there. It's $20 to get in. It includes a buffet, a Caribbean-style buffet, and a free drink and a raffle ticket. We're going to have some live music. We're looking to maybe have some special people in the house, rocking with us as far as, music-wise, as far as other sports-wise. So it's going to be a real memorable time. And then we'll conclude everything the next day, Sunday.
The granddaddy. The WrestleMania of it all.
Hey, yo, as they tell me, and I like this, so I say the best and biggest Blue Takeover. I'm sorry, my bad. Let me go back, because I know you. Like they always say, the biggest Blue tailgate west of the Mississippi.
Yes, sir.
Do not yourself of the memories and the moments and the connections, because the last time we had it, not last year, the year before, we had over, I think, 250 people. And with you DJ, and you probably seen people out in the street as well as under our tents and on the sidewalk. So and then we had different people come through. Rowdy, the cowboy mascot. We had some other well-known, fans come through and holler at us. And then a couple of years ago, I don't even want to bring that up because we had the Beckhams.
Yeah.
Peace to the Beckhams. Once a giant, always a giant. That's how as much success in the Browns. But back to what we doing. All of the funds again is for our BBWC Athletic Scholarship.
Yeah.
And what that scholarship entails is anyone in the Metroplex that can apply that has at least a 3-point and plays any type of sports. I mean, any type of team activity, no matter what it is not just designated to football or basketball. It's whatever. They can enter it, and we'll have that probably on the website here shortly, because it'll go up until February. And then when we have our banquet, we'll announce who that person is and have him or her and their families there and kind of go from there.
Nice. Party with a purpose is what we always say.
Party with a purpose. Thank you, Tom Joyner.
No, man. So, I mean, since you put this together, man, did you imagine that it would kind of grow the way it is?
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, when we first did it, I just said, we'll probably meet at a bar and, have some people there, tell some stories, and get booed by Dallas fans. Because when I first moved down here, Cowboy fans were ruthless in a mug. I mean, I remember walking to Irvin Stadium and almost getting ran over. It was intentional.
Yeah.
So, and that brings what I was saying. We wanted a safe haven for Giant fans when they came down here. Now it's kind of like the Big Blue family reunion, because every week, everything we do is family orientated. As far as with the atmosphere and the vibe, we don't have a lot of activities for kids outside of the meet and greet and also the tailgate. We're probably going to amp that up a little bit more, because I heard some people say, "Hey, I want to bring my son, I want to bring my daughter." This more family activities probably around. We're gonna do a lot of things next year, but as far as this year, vibe is right. I always tell people, I said, do not cheat yourself of the experience and the memories. A lot of people you might see post and say, "Hey, we're having this for this game." Hey, you gotta come to the granddaddy of them all, because one thing we do know how to do is make people feel at home, and that's all it is.
Exactly.
I say the only thing you come with us with is an open mind to have a good time. We'll take care of the rest.
Yeah. We've never had, not that I'm aware of, we've never had any issues at any of the events. No knuckleheadness stuff going on. I mean, you deal with the drunk folks, but that's usually the other team You know, but it's safe, man. Like I said, it's always safe. So definitely, if you guys are in the area, or even if you're not from the area and you want to come on down, man, tell them that website again to check out all the details.
Yes, come on down. If you're thinking of something to do, or want something to do, want to be a part of something, if you want to people watch, if you want to engage and just having fun, it all starts at www.bbwcdmnyg.net.
There you go. There you go, man. Well, Sal, man, I can't wait to get on this year, man. I know we've been planning everything, man, and it's gonna be fun. It's always fun. I suggest for those out there, if you take the next day off from work, because I've suffered. I learned my lesson after the first year. I was like, nah, I can't be going to work the day after this, man.
you can't, because I mean, and not to say we drink ourselves in the stupor, but we have such a good time, and it's always goes late into the night, and then we're getting up early in the morning again to get right back at it. It's a memorable experience.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and it's dope too, man. Because like I don't know if you mentioned or not, but it's a tailgate, but we stay, like you said, it's set up throughout the night. So even if you go in and watch the game, come back out, we'll still be there. Some of us who don't want to go into the game, we'll just stay out there and hang out and watch the game. I'll have the speakers set up. We'll plug them up to a TV, and it's an experience, man.
Right. Yeah, we got the 2 TVs. Probably try to get 3 this year.
Okay.
The way we do our tailgates, I'm always talking as if somebody's been there, but let me be a little bit more descriptive, because we have a line, we have a setup, strategically set up. You can come in, kind of feed, fix your food. We don't just have hamburgers and hot dogs. We've been away from that for a minute, but we do have them for those people. I mean, I'm not slighting that, but we do have brisket and some other things. Is all you can eat while it's there. Because we opened up at I believe 10:30 this year. 10:30 to 3 o'clock, something like that. Yeah, I have to look at the time, but I believe it is, because we open up at the game is at 3:30, so it's 5 hours before.
There we go, and it's a party from late Thursday night, or if you get here early, all the way through that, man.
Hey, I learned from you. I take Friday and Mondays off, because everybody come in town. They say, hey, I done got in a little bit earlier, and I say, well. With some of the club members from BBWCDM, that's traditionally we get up anyway and go somewhere to kind of hang out. So we just start including people. Like, hey, we gonna come here, come join us. And right to Thursday. So
dope, man. Well, definitely check that out there if you're a listener, and if you're in the Dallas area, if you're outside of Dallas, and you're in Houston, San Antonio, man, come on down and check us out, man. It's always fun times. Got some plans for next year. Sal was telling me about that. We'll share later on down the road.
Oh yeah.
And, let's talk hip hop real quick before we get out of here, man. Who are you jamming right now? Who's the one, your go-to right now that you play?
My go-to? Oh man, you put me on the spot. But the last couple of days, man, I've been really rocking Ghostface, man. The newer Ghost, and then man, Daytona 500. I mean, classic. What can I say? I've been rocking him, but then I've been rocking this younger cat out of the West Coast, go by the name of Problem. And then it's just been a cliche of 90s hip hop. I'm always looking at one brother. Hold on, the one brother I've been rocking with too. Dang, what's my man's name? I'm always bad with names too. It's like repetition. It's
John Jiggs.
Jiggs. Jiggs is fire. Hey, shout out to you, Jiggs. Keep it going. It's hot. Him, and then it's another cat from Queens. I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to look at his name because I just been rocking with his voice and everything. And it's BA something. But yeah, that's really been it, man. I've been bi-coastal. I've been looking for something to dig my hip hop feel into around here locally. I'm not saying it ain't nothing here. I just need to, get into it.
I can put you on to some people, bro. I'll send you a care package. How about that?
My bad. I ain't gonna disrespect, DOC here, but at the same time, shout out to Rakim Allah Jabbar. That dude is from here. He cold. And he got a nice little crew with him. So, if you ain't never heard of that dude, check him out, man. He sound like he got that southern sound, with lyrics. Production is always on point. He be riding his beats like Rick Ross. You know, they compliment him real well. I'm not saying he like Ross. You feel me?
Yeah, got you, man. Dope, man. Well, Sal, man, thanks for joining us, bro. And what we'll do is we'll cover the takeover as much as we can while we out there.
There you go.
And maybe we'll bring you back after the fact, and we'll recap the weekend, man, because I know people gonna have stories for days about this one, man.
Got you. Hey, another shout out, man, real quick, man. I'd like to shout you out, man. You and the mixtape show, man.
No problem. Matter of fact, I got a hat sitting right here waiting for you. So next time I see you, I got you, bro.
Okay, well, I'm buying my merch from you because I gotta support businesses that I love. So, hey, but you don't have any shirts on. Well, I can talk to you offline. Never mind.
Yeah. We'll get you a shirt. Don't worry about it. All right, brother Sal, appreciate you joining us, man. And Big Blue Takeover is coming soon, and we'll update you on that. We'll maybe get some commercials cracking to play it here on the show. And right. Maybe we'll get the Cowboys fan club to come on here too and talk about their side of things so we can be even.
Oh, we can do that. I'll get Sister Eileen to get on here. She real good sister.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. I want to be fair. Who you want to go? Who you want to listen to, man? Who you want to play out after this interview? Who you want to rock right now?
Yo, coming on after this interview. Who? That's a good. Okay.
Whatever you want. You my guest.
Yo, I want that new Nas single that just dropped. Play that new Nas joint.
The Al Jarreau?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll play that Al Jarreau joint, man. And we'll see you soon, bro. And let's get to this Nas joint, man. It's the mixtape show. Peace.
Appreciate you. Peace.
All right.